Welcome to Ninon Speaks. I'm Ninon de Verde Rosa, like to be known as Ninon. And of course, you know me from Las Vegas. We are in Las Vegas recording this, and it's absolutely amazing. And each week I have a guest that has a kind of a different story. And I love stories. I love beginnings. I love what goes on. I love how did they get there? Where did they get there? And the whole bit. So today I have Jeannie Chapman. How are you, Jeannie?
I'm great, Ninon. Thank you for having me.
And I just met you recently. We were at a trafficking event for children, and I happen to know Lena, who you know as well. And Lena is the consulate for Vegas. And of course, you know, the honorary consulate, because the Swiss consulate from Sweden is in Los Angeles. Incredible woman. I've known her for years.
Oh, good for
and
you.
she has a trafficking foundation.
Yes, she does amazing
work all
so
the time.
Important.
Yeah, she's done that. So I'm getting her involved in something else, and that I'm going to try and get you involved in as well. So what? You know, you're in Vegas. You haven't been in Vegas that long, though, have you?
No. I call it Vegas born again.
But
Yes.
You've been reborn
That's
again.
right, yes,
I
born again, yes.
thought that only applied to the Christians.
Well,
but there you go.
That applies to Vegas also.
Yes,
How's that
applies to
sound? Yes.
Vegas. I think a lot of Vegas people could say the same
Yes,
thing.
yeah, it's
because
kind of a thing.
do you live a different life than you've ever lived before in Vegas?
100%.
See,
yes.
I knew that.
Yes. Everything's new. Everything's
different.
exciting. It's different.
I mean, you can go out to eat anytime you want.
Yes.
You can go to any hotel you want. The Strip is always open.
You can never say I'm bored in Las Vegas.
No.
You can't.
No, you can
Just-
never be
it's-
bored. Isn't it
never.
amazing?
Yes.
And I've been here since 2012. You were just asking me, Jeannie was asking me how long. Since 2012, I just thought, I'll be here a couple of years. And I'm still here, and I've got all these shows going and everything happening. And it's amazing.
Isn't it funny when you leave, you're having a good time, but you really can't wait to go back.
I know. Whenever you're away and you're sort of, enough of Vegas, forget Vegas. But then you can't wait. I think Vegas is great for the older generation, actually. And I actually come under the category of the older generation.
We call it mature.
Mature. I'm mature.
Yes.
I'm 39 and holding. Just been holding a little long. But that's okay. But it's great for the matured. I like that.
Yes.
For the mature generation, because they're always alone. When you get older, a lot of people don't, you don't kind of mix, and you don't really go out as much as you do, or you have card games. But now they can go to all these casinos. They've got
Yes.
penny ones, 5-cent
Casinos,
ones, 10-cent.
clubs.
They've got everything.
There's a beautiful mature community.
It
in
is.
Las
It's
Vegas.
amazing.
Yes.
And the weather's not too bad.
No, there's a couple, 3-4 weeks that you just stay
Really?
inside more than.
Yeah, it's hot. And
Yeah.
then there's a few weeks that it's really cold. But on the whole, Vegas is amazing. We
Yes.
love Vegas.
Vegas is awesome.
Now, since you've been in Vegas, you've brought out this line. And,
Yes.
and what is the name of your line?
Beauty Society is the name
Beauty.
of my
I
company.
see. I didn't even know that. I've just met this lady. Beauty
I
Society.
say Beauty Society, the opposite of the ugly society. Beauty Society.
Beauty Society,
Yes.
not the ugly, because everybody's talking about the ugly at the
Well,
moment.
there is a lot out there.
Yeah, but
sadly.
we don't want to know that.
No.
We want beauty.
Yes.
So you started this. Is this a makeup line as well as a?
Yeah, it started off with anti-aging.
Okay.
And 2004 was when I started, so close to 20 years ago.
Okay.
And I was never in the beauty industry before. But I was fast approaching my 40th birthday, so I was thinking I was mature when I was still a child.
You were
but
still young.
yeah, big time. But I'm like,
I'm
"Oh."
matured, believe me.
And I could see the changes.
It started.
I could
It's
t-
funny how 40 does start the
Yeah.
change.
I could see my mother, a little bit of my grandmother in the mirror and photographs especially. And I'm like, "Ooh." And I thought it just went so fast. And I'm getting older.
You're
This is
getting
fine.
mature.
I'm getting mature. I'm maturing. And I looked throughout my drawers and my cabinets and my medicine cabinet in my bathroom, and literally had a graveyard of anti-aging beauty products that were half empty. Meaning
So
before I even got through a full one, it wasn't working, so I bought something else. And there was a lot of
Just a minute. Do you think that because you did that, do you think you're supposed to use the whole product to see if it works or not? Because the majority of people say a lot of the products do not work. So when you said that, it tickled in my brain.
I thought so, but I knew in
There's gotta
looking
be
at
something.
I had an arsenal, like a graveyard full of half-empty stuff. So if it was working,
You'd still
I
use
would have
it.
used it. If
Yeah.
it was working, I would still use it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I got nervous, more than nervous. I got afraid. I'm like, wow.
Were you married at this time?
Yes, I was married. And 4 little kids. Well, one growing children. My youngest was a lot older. Anyway, I thought I didn't want to do the needle and knife route. Just I've seen, being from Southern California, there's a lot of it that's, not so great, right? So I just was nervous. And I thought, man, if there's some way, there's got to be a way. So many advancements in technology, medicine, financing, finances, all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Like, as an example, Clinique has a product called Dramatically Different Lotion. I don't know if you
I know Clinique very well.
It's a little yellow square jar.
Yeah.
And I thought, there's never been dramatically different about this lotion.
Clinique was very well known for the aging.
Yes.
Very, very well.
I knew there was nothing different in that formula over the last 40 years. They hadn't changed it. And a lot of products that were still on the market were products that my grandmother had used.
Well, that's
the same brand, same products. Yes. So I thought there's got to be some advancements. And I was fortunate enough to meet what I feel is the heart of the beauty industry, the chemists and the scientists that create these ingredients.
You met them.
So I met them. And I
Did you meet them purposely?
I met them purposely.
Because you had in your
I had in my mind, I have to see if there's something that can be done. So yes, I met them purposely. And at first they weren't sure if they wanted to work with me because I had no experience in the industry. I wasn't a doctor. I wasn't a plastic surgeon. But
which is probably better, actually.
Yeah, I befriended them and they kind of liked what I was up to. And they formulated for me close to 20 years ago, 16 products that I still sell 14 of those today. Wow. And what I found out in that meeting is, yes, there are ingredients that make a difference, but most brands, almost all, don't use the dose-dependent level of these really nice, scientifically proven, clinically proven ingredients to make the difference.
They cut the amount they put in there, so it's just so it is in there because they're not lying.
Yes,
but it's not going to really do anything.
And it's called angel dusting. That's what it's called in the industry, angel dusting. So I'm like, I was, gleaming all this information and excited about it, and feeling that excitement and like hope. And they formulated 16 or maybe more products. I only launched with 16, but when I started using them, I saw massive transformation. And there's just little samples that made me. Yeah. Massive transformation. And I wasn't sure if I was just imagining it. You know what I mean? Because
it's yours and it's your face.
So close to it.
Anything I put on there, I wanted to get rid of what all this stuff is.
Get up out of bed in the morning, look in the mirror. I can see a difference. So I sent to a bunch of my closest friends and relatives. And I said, please use this. Tell me what you think. 10 out of 10. They loved everything. So I decided to look into getting into the industry. The thing is, when I sat down with them and they told me the cost of doing business,
how much it's going to cost.
I was taken back. Took my breath away.
Were you considering them as partners, or were you considering
just as for them to make my formulations?
Yes,
and then I would have them made in contract manufacturers would make them. Yeah. But they were formulating for me.
Formulated the whole thing, put it together, and then you have a manufacturer to make it for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And when I found out how much, I was completely taken back. And I said, well, and I asked the question, is there any way to make it cheaper? Right? And they said, that's what everyone says, Jeannie. Everyone says, can you make it cheaper?
And you turned around and said, well, I'm not everyone. I'm Jeannie.
I said,
I'm Jeannie. And
if they don't work, no one's going to buy it.
No.
So why bother? So I dove right into the deep end.
Did they say that if they cut any of the ingredients or what they put together, they could make it cheaper?
Yes.
But you didn't want that?
No.
Because you knew what the ingredients was. You knew it was working. So if they cut something out, it's not going to work.
Yeah, well, I believe that women, I know for me, and most women I know, if you buy something and it works or you love it, you buy it again.
Yes.
If it doesn't work, you never buy it again. No. And if you don't love it, you're really not interested.
No.
And women also will tell their friends, don't buy that.
Yeah, women do that.
Yes.
I've tried that already.
Yeah.
Don't waste your time.
Yeah, don't waste your money.
That's what we do, don't we?
Yes. Yeah. So went for it knowing that it would be a long time before I could be profitable. And I also was there were some products that are available, but they're very expensive. I also knew if I was going to start a beauty brand that it had to be affordable for the everyday woman.
Yeah.
Couldn't
so many
charge
beauty
too
brands
much.
out there. There's
Yes.
so much stuff out there.
Yes.
You know it because you had all these half bottles. And
Yes.
It didn't work.
Everywhere you look, there's
Half a bottle.
And no one comes out with a product and says, it's okay. This you'll see some results. Everyone says, this is the best. This is the best.
It's always
Everyone,
the best. Yeah.
Everyone says, every breath the best.
Same thing. You won't get anything better than this. This is 100%. You try.
Yes, and I tried all that.
Obviously, I've been up that avenue as well.
Even the expensive things, because I wanted the best.
Of course.
So thinking if I spent more money on it, it was the best. So went for with a target in my mind for a big picture.
Yeah.
That eventually I would manufacture them myself. And then, and only then, could I be profitable. So I, for many years, had a slim little profit margin and used that I put every dime back into the business.
Which is a known thing.
Yeah.
To get the business going.
Yes.
Yeah.
And here we are 20 years later. They've always worked. I launched with a 12-month money back guarantee on the skincare. And
12 months?
Yeah, a whole year to return it. To give people
That's very honourable.
Yeah, no one's doing it. So I figured that.
But if I'm looking at the package here, would this last 12 months? So you'd have to reorder some of it, wouldn't you?
Yes,
Okay.
but you have up to a year to return it to me and get your money back.
If you anytime,
Yes.
whatever you.
Yes.
Okay.
And here we are, close to 20 years later. We have less than a quarter of a 1% return rate because they actually do truly work. We use the dose-dependent levels of the strongest ingredients and safest ingredients to create the results that are proven in the clinical studies. Reduction of wrinkle, the appearance of wrinkles by 67% in 28 days because we use the right ingredient at the right amount.
At the right amount to put in there.
And it took a long time, but now we have our own manufacturing facility.
So you actually manufacture all this yourself.
Yes.
What was the difference between there's a big difference, but you can having it done by another manufacturer that they do. Like I can think of Hazel Bishop.
Okay.
Hazel Bishop used to manufacture a lot of stuff. I mean, there were toothpaste and lipsticks and everything. They did a whole bunch of stuff. Rather than send it to a place like that, you would actually do it. You opened up your own factory.
Yes, to cut out the middleman. And that's where the profitability lies. Yes.
So when are you going on Shark Tank?
Yeah. Well, I've been asked to be on Shark Tank twice and I turned it down.
Cool!
I don't know. I want to do it myself.
I think that's amazing.
Twice I've said no.
Twice you've said no?
Yes.
Maybe the third time you might say yes. Who knows? Maybe, but you look like a very independent woman. What made you cutting a little away from? What made you so independent, and what made you kind of the struggles? I know with the times of all that. You've got your husband. I don't know if you had a husband at that time, but I presume you did, and you have your 4 children, so you had to take care of them, as well as putting all this together.
I think I've always been a pretty independent person. My mom said that I was a very shy young girl and very studious and never talked back, any of those things. And that she said one day her beautiful 13-year-old daughter went to school and some raging, not so nice person came home. So I got a voice right around 13. And
Not a nice
it was in the 70s. There was just a lot going on. School was not a struggle for me academically, but the rules made me a little insane. I don't know. I just always
changed.
had a voice.
So at 13, it kind of,
Yes.
You
Got
became
sassy, I guess.
You became a person at 13. Yeah. Actually, in the Jewish religion, I think children at 13 become adults. If I'm not mistaken.
I felt like one.
The mitzvah and all those things they have going on, so that's amazing. So you've got this thing going yourself. So how did you get your factory? Did you go and look for it, or how did you do all that and start getting all this stuff? I mean, you've got to have equipment in.
Well, I started hiring an in-house chemist, and then he told me what we needed. So I bought the kettles and the ingredients and the machinery, and it was slow. First, we started making one of the products, then we were able to make 2 or 3, then 5 or 6, and then of our current line. And then we started making new things.
Then you were able to, and this all took you from 2004.
It took a long time. The whole process took close to 20 years. And we were in California, Southern California, Huntington Beach, California. And we had about a little over 6,000 square feet for everything, including the manufacturing and the storage. So we were like...
You were quite big.
And we were busting all the seams. We didn't have enough room. So that was this beautiful opportunity move to Las Vegas.
How did you sell it? You've got the factory, you've got all this stuff. How did you sell it?
Well, I said, if we move to Nevada, there's better opportunity for business.
Yes.
And also I was able to purchase a 50,000 square foot building for the same amount of money that I was paying to rent a building.
In California.
6,000 feet versus 50,000 square feet. So it was a
so
huge
now,
shot.
who was selling this for you? How were you selling?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, let's see how she's got all this stuff. She's got everything going in California, in Huntington Beach. How are you selling it? Now you've got all this product. You've got this beautiful, by the way, this is the product. You can see lots of it. It says, set me free. Every woman wants to be free.
Set me free, yes.
Every woman wants to be free.
A lot of these products that I'm bringing you that are brought to show are some of our original products.
Yes, this is not original?
Not original.
Okay. Why, you mean the presentation or the cream inside?
The mask inside of it. That was developed about 4 years ago.
That was developed. So this is the new one?
Newer one, yes.
So that's the newer one, and you added something to it.
There's the ingredient in that particular one. It's called Saving Face, and it's a foaming mask. And it works, the results work a lot like injections and Botox. That's like the appearance that you get from this.
From this.
Yeah, that's why I named it Saving Face, because it's so, you're going to love it.
I'm going to love it. And is this something that lasts so many hours or so much time each time you do it? Or
you can see the results instantaneously after you remove the mask.
Okay.
But with continued use, the results are cumulative.
So they keep...
It's not a temporary thing.
Your face decides it's going to stay like that.
It helps thicken the dermis of your skin, yes.
But it also activates, all the dying cells and all the stuff that's sort of, out there. Okay,
the maturing part.
I don't think any woman likes the maturing part, but we can't stop age. We can't.
Yes.
I'm going to say we can't stop wrinkles, but we can stop wrinkles.
Yes.
So this is a refill package.
Yeah. So one of the things that we did so many years ago is, like, this is an example, one of our original products. It pained me to know that this was being thrown in the garbage, and just because it's not recyclable, this will take, I don't know how many years to become like clean dirt in a landfill. So I just wanted to do something different because I care about the environment. I know that most people do care about the environment.
Yes, they do.
And this was close to 15 years ago. I cared so much. Maybe because I grew up kind of as a hippie in California type of stuff. Anyway, I dawned on me in the middle of the night, refill. So we ask our customers to not throw these beautiful...
Away?
Don't throw them away. Purchase this because this is recyclable. And you open this up when it's empty, we charge less money. Yeah. And then a couple years after that, we took it the next step further and we plant a tree with every refill. So we've helped plant millions of trees through Eden Reforestation Projects. That's our partner to combat deforestation all over the world. Haiti, Madagascar,
So this
Indonesia.
you are all over the world.
Mm-hmm. Tree plants.
This is an amazing story because number one, it's a woman, so you always had the men that have got these incredible stories, but not so much now. Now the women are coming out with all their stories and everything else. So now we've got the factory, we've got everything going.
Yes.
Now you've got to get a sales force.
So
how did you do that?
I did business in Nordstrom's for a little short period of time, and it was very lucrative, but I wasn't feeling it.
You weren't reaching enough people?
I wasn't reaching enough people. The return rate was super high at Nordstrom's, which was weird to me because I didn't have that before. So there's something else going on there.
Okay.
They paid their bills really late. Sorry, just saying. And I didn't appreciate that. Yes. And
so they paid you late.
Yeah,
then.
and they didn't need
That's
to.
That's how you found out.
Well, I was like, okay.
Right.
Now I'm low man on the totem pole, but it was just a small company.
Yeah,
couldn't afford that and didn't like that. So direct to consumer. So you decided. So I have a sales force, yes, to sell these products direct to consumer. So I call it the everyone wins business model. My customers win because it's the world's greatest products and get their hands on at a price that's affordable. And it's sold through mostly women, right? Army of women, that they make the commission, not big department stores.
So you've actually, which is what you said, you got rid of the middleman.
Yes.
Middle woman,
Yes.
woman in this case.
Yes.
So you got rid of the, and how long ago was this when you started this? To start?
I actually started with that concept back in 2005, but we were very little.
Yeah.
Just not very many women doing it.
So you knew exactly where you're going and what you're doing, and you knew that you had to get out there.
Yes.
So how long did it take for you to get together with the ingredients? Because there's a lot of ingredients in here, so you had to get your professors and everybody put this. How long did that take you? A year, 2 years?
It was a slow development.
Yeah.
Like we've in-house reformulated 1, and then 2, and then 3. And the chemists and scientists that I hired, they had relationships with the ingredient manufacturers. So and now I have 20 years, close to 20 years with.
And now you know all the ingredients.
Yes.
You know who to go to. Do you ever have to right now go to the professors and say, I want to do this and this, and make it a little different and upgrade it a little bit? Do you ever change it?
We do. We new and improve things all the time. But I have such a good relationship with so many people at the heart of this industry that they call me. They'll say, like when this was created, they said, Jeannie, a new ingredient's been created. And I said, let me try it. I put it on my face. I said, I got to have it.
Yes.
And super expensive ingredient because it just was patented. It just came out. Yeah. And here we are close to 4 years later. I'm only one of 3 companies in the world that use this ingredient. Because sadly, it's the dirty little secret, but I call it a big, huge secret in this industry that most brands don't spend the money that needs to be spent on the ingredients to make them completely active.
Well, of course they won't, because they want more profit for themselves. Yes. And most women, I mean, I'm fortunate because I'm interviewing you and I know a lot of people in the world, but most people don't know that. Women don't know that. So they sort of have to take what is had, this is the best, this is this, but they know yours is. So this is probably the 3rd time I'm asking this. So how did you get your sales force together? I mean,
word of mouth, one girl at a time, old-fashioned.
Is it most women?
Mostly women, yes.
Mostly women. And is it like a multi-level marketing thing?
Yes, I wouldn't call it multi-level marketing because we're not a pyramid scheme, but it is direct. The
it
products
is direct,
are made.
Yes.
It's sold directly to the consumer, but the sales gal in the middle, she gets the commission. She can have a couple of her girlfriends join. They can do it as a group.
And they can do it as a group, and then they get commission as well. Yes. So then they all, going down the line, they all become an individual because they can then go and get their own people coming into their circle.
Yeah, or keep their own clients.
And the original one still gets the profit from that person they introduced, and then the others that go down the line. So know a little bit how this works.
It's network marketing.
Yes.
It's rough for me because, not rough, because we're doing fantastic. Network marketing doesn't have a great reputation because a lot of people take advantage of people.
Yes.
I'm proud. One of the things I'm most proud of, besides the product's work,
well, that's what I want to clear with you,
is our reputation. I've spent the last 20 years making sure that we do the right thing. Integrity in business is crucial.
Yes.
It's crucial. It's
integrity.
Everything.
Well, that's because it's your name.
Yes, and their names.
And their names, but it's definitely your name, but it's definitely their name too. But there's a lot of them. They're not actually making it; they're selling it.
Yes.
So you've got the reordering of your product. And how many people? I know it's astronomical amount. How many women do you have working?
Close to 14,000.
14,000.
Yes.
That's a lot of women.
Yes.
All at one time.
Yes.
Do you ever have any of these meetings?
Oh, we have lots of them. In fact, something's coming up in October. You can come take a look if you'd like to see. A bunch of them are showing up.
No, I want to see your factory. I want to see everything.
Yeah, you're definitely going to come to the factory.
I want to see your
it's an interesting to a huge group of women to all get along.
Yes.
But we can, because kindness is free.
Doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, and hatred will cost you everything.
Oh,
so
that's true.
Our culture is to be kind. Yeah. And this is about looking better so you feel better. Making money, that feels fantastic, especially when you have none or low.
I think looking better is very, very important for women getting older.
Yes.
And, you can't help it. I don't care which way you go or what you try to do in this world. and for me, I'm never going to be 60 again. Well, there's a few numbers after that, but I'm never going to be that age again. But I want to enjoy I'm very happy actually where I am. I don't know if you know how old I am, but we don't have to discuss that actually. But I don't mind anyway, because I announced it last year actually. It was. My producer's laughing right now and thinking, Nina, shut up. Be quiet, Nina. But it's sort of, we don't want that. So do you ever remember Visalis, a wellness? It was a fitness.
I do. I remember the name, yes.
Yeah, that was Ryan Blair.
Okay.
And Ryan Blair was a very good friend of mine.
Okay.
In fact, I gave him a first break for his company on another show I had called Voices of Tomorrow, which was a younger generation show, and he came on himself with his two partners, and I gave him one of the first breaks.
You were their Shark Tank.
Yeah, I was their Shark Tank.
That's so good.
I never even thought about that.
You'll be my Shark Tank then.
Well, you're Shark Tank too. Why not?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, and it's sort of word of mouth, and he now sold his business, I don't know, 7 million something. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but whatever. Tremendous amount. Okay. You would never think of selling it, would you?
I don't want to. What would I do? You know what I mean?
Well, I can help you and do other things.
Yeah, we'll see.
But it's always
I've
open.
spent the last 20 years building it, and I haven't thought yet about selling it.
I wouldn't sell it. I think this is kind of, your thing. It's
legacy.
like Estee Lauder, the woman that invented Estee Lauder. She loves the Estee Lauder. She loves, and she's quite old. Well, she's older. Even if she's still alive, I'm not sure.
No, she has passed.
She's passed, yes.
But her lead chemist was one of my first in-house chemists.
Oh,
so
really?
I have a lot of respect for Estee Lauder.
Yeah, because Estee Lauder was just a fabulous line.
Yes.
Fabulous line.
One of her lead chemists became my lead chemist and a really good friend of our family.
Oh,
he's now retired, but he still consults with us. And yes,
how beautiful.
Yes, Estee Lauder did an amazing
And who
thing.
else did you get involved with? Because that's a pretty big name to get involved with your company.
The person with the biggest name.
The biggest name.
Recognition, but
yes.
He turned me on to everyone in the industry also.
So he was a nice person as well.
Yes, fantastic.
Incredible man. But
yes.
I remember that her line was always, everybody liked it. And
yes.
She was a very honourable person like yourself. You know, you could sort of say things and you know they're true and you know where they're coming from.
He told me she was a very good woman and she did this forever.
Yes.
So she loved it.
She loved it forever. Yes. So you're going to be doing it forever.
And he told me stories that she used to, like her first product was, before he worked for her, but she was younger, some kind of like body splash. And she used to make it in her bathtub in New York in her apartment. So anyway, cool stories about
that is a cool
starting
story.
From scratch, yeah.
You know, it's a funny thing. I'm just thinking that my mum and dad, they started a mailing thing. And this was, this is in the 40s. And they started, and they used to make lipsticks, and they had this great big bar and all these little lipstick holes, and they made the lipstick. And they sold this mail order in those days.
There you go.
And they had a mascara, which is, I hate to say this, but it was kind of made with boot polish. But it was the right ingredients. It wasn't going in your eyes. It wasn't. They had the mascara, they had the lipstick, they had an anti-digestion cream. They called it anti-digestion. It was cream you put on your face. I never forgot it. I used to use it. Oh, it was amazing. And then they had the powder. And they sold this for, I forget what it was they sold, but they called it after my name, Ninon Coligny.
Wow.
And it was called Ninon Coligny. And they did mail order.
This is in your blood.
So, yeah, kind of, a little bit, because I remember, and I remember they had this bowl, this marble bowl, and I remember my father going like, turning and turning and turning with the powder. I don't quite know how they made the powder, but you probably know more than that than I would, but I don't know. But and the lipstick,
I don't make the stuff I make them do it,
and they used to put this. They had all these. They had, I think it was 3 different colors. I think they had 3 different powders, 3 different lipsticks, and the cream and the mascara. But it was sort of that was kind of in, I was knee high to a grasshopper. Oh, I got better not tell the date. Get myself into trouble. But I always remember that. So yes, it was kind of. I remember that, but it was what I was fascinated now about is that was a mail order in those days.
Wow, yes.
And that wasn't happening.
So catalog back.
Yes. Yeah, they used to have, I remember the packages, they used to put these together and send them off. And Yeah, my mother was a very inventive woman. She was that
Great.
type of person. But now you've got 14,000 women working for you. I'm not really a woman's woman that much. I love women, but I'm not really with a lot, as I mentioned to you. Keeping it, because you said, well, I love women. I got 14,000 of them. I went,
Yeah, that's how our conversation started.
that's how it started.
Yes.
And I thought, 14,000 women. How do you go with that?
I know that women want to they want to feel better. They want to feel confident.
Yes,
they
they
need
do.
to. Financial is everything, sadly, but it is.
It is.
You
Bottom
know what I
line.
mean? It is. They want to be part of something.
Yeah.
Part of something.
And they can be
wanna
with
feel-
this because they
yes.
don't have to go to a 9-to-5 job.
No.
They can do this at home. And all they do is they get the person to come on, the other person, whoever, girlfriend, whatever it may
Yes.
be. They come on, then they become a member, right?
And they have access to 14,000 friends. It's like a club.
And it's like a club. So if they want to
Yes.
know anything or do anything, they can call any of their friends or
Yeah,
somebody.
and a lot of women do this just to feel better and to look better. And they don't, a lot of them don't even need the money, but they need the friendship.
I was going to
They
say
need
they
to be
can
part
meet
of
people
something,
and they can have
yes.
little. And I think how they do this a lot, which is you have a party at your house, right?
Yes, that's
And you
how I started.
That's how you started.
Yes, I traveled the entire country like this, talking to women like you, and we get out the products and we put them on and play with them and get excited.
But
that's
it
how I started.
worked.
Yes.
And you could see it worked.
Yes.
So that-
immediately, which helped.
Yes, and that
Yes.
quote unquote, because a lot of them you keep putting it on and
Yes.
keep doing it on. Nothing happens. We've all been through that.
And like for the refills, so we started with skincare. This is one of our cosmetics. And I believe this is your color. Someone leaves with it. It's called Sheer Joy.
Whoops.
And it's Chanel has a similar product to that. But I'll show you. You twist the top
Oh,
to pour it out. It's a tinted serum.
how cool is that?
And we put anti-aging in this tinted serum. And when this is empty, back to I call it treasure, not trash, the refills, you purchase this.
That's the refill.
Yes. And
Awesome.
you refill it instead of throwing it
Throwing
in
it
the
away.
garbage.
So
Yes.
this is environmentally
Yes.
handy as well.
Yes.
And then that will cost you, as you said, that'll cost you less than buying the real thing
Correct.
again.
Yes.
So you've got all these things going, and hats
Sheer
off
Joy,
to you.
isn't that pretty?
I think sheer
Sheer
joy.
joy is-
Sheer joy.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
This is called Infuse. You drink this, and it's a specialized form of hyaluronic acid. The results from this I call it step 0. It's skincare from within. Men, women, it's great.
I was
It
asking
hydrates
you
your body.
about men. Are you bringing out a men's line? And you said,
Yes.
well, they can use this. But, men are men, and men like to have, the masculine-looking things.
Yes, we
you know?
have men's favorites on our website.
You have
so-
men's favorites on the
yes.
website as well. Now, do you have anything for the younger generation, like the teenagers just starting out?
Yeah.
Any of these products? Because some teenagers...
We have great products for acne.
I was going to
and
say acne is...
One of the most tragic things when I see it is like you know what it's like when you're a teenager. You think everyone's staring at you because they probably are, right? Teenagers like, oh, look at that teenager.
Well,
So you
teenagers
feel
look at
self-conscious,
teenagers,
but you feel like you're self-conscious. If you are dealing with bad, acne issues or pimples, it's just disempowering. So yes, we specialize in
that's
clearing
nice.
your
So
skin.
we're going towards... Oh, not we are. With men. So men can use this product.
Products
Teenagers
for
can use
teens,
it.
Yes.
And because the woman, whatever age she wants to start this line, I think could be, I don't think there's an age limit to start it, because I believe that the younger you start looking, you don't have to be, like you started at 40. I think I started about the same time because I was going, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah.
A few things I didn't have before. And I suffer from acne, actually. I had pimples when I was younger, so that was, and then I was in the modeling. I was a model, so I had to really take care of that, which I managed to, which is a lot of nervous things, I think. It's
stress
whatever.
can do it.
Stress
probably,
can do
yes.
whatever, I don't know. But I think this is absolutely amazing that... have you got anything in mind of a new product you would like to add to this that you'd like to promote?
Well, we're doing so well with the Infuse.
The Infuse. So that's the inside.
Yeah, beauty from within. From
And
the inside
you
out.
have to, I
So
think it's very important to
Yes.
what would you advise women, getting all like you, yourself, how to eat and how to, because we put on weight
nutrition-
faster.
Nutrition for health, big
It's
time.
very big time, isn't it?
I'm sure you spent a lot of time over in Europe, right?
Well, I did.
Yes.
I definitely,
But-
because of the
Yeah,
pandemic and all the stuff, you know, but
I think
it's different there.
There's a lot of processed foods here in the United States.
Yeah.
And
Fast foods and all that
fast
stuff.
food, processed food, healthy food. Take care of ourselves.
Well, I'm from
Nutrition.
England, as you know, with the accent. Yes, but I mean, I remember growing up, we always had fresh everything. But it was never a question. I mean, we never
That's all
went
there
to...
was.
But
Yeah.
that's just how it was. That's just how my mum and dad did it. It was never anything. My mother made bread every day. Every single day, my mother made bread.
And probably the bread we buy now has so
Well,
many
I don't
preservatives
eat bread
in it.
anymore.
Yeah. But I just think preservatives in everything.
Everything's in it because it never goes bad. I can have a loaf of bread, which I keep in my fridge, which helps it preserve. I could have it there for a month and, forget to throw it out. And it's still perfectly all right. And I'm thinking, since when did bread last this long?
Yes.
You've got to think about those things. So it's the typical old thing, you are what you eat.
Yes. Yes.
So people that are obese at the moment have got a tremendous amount of women.
Or if you're not healthy, some of it's eat healthy foods. It does help.
It does. It
Not
really
replace
does.
a
help.
doctor and care, but eat healthy foods and it does help.
Eat healthy foods. A lot of vegetables.
Yes.
A lot of things.
My husband and I, when we first met, he never ate vegetables, and I used to. So now he eats his vegetables.
Like a child.
Yeah. Well, all men are 9-year-old boys, just mature.
Yes, I know. I was married for 29 years and my husband passed away, but I had a beautiful marriage. And he was actually, we did change habits of eating because I was used to eating one way, the old English way, whatever my mum and dad did. But whatever they did, you kind of, it's funny, you pick up those first 16 years of life and it never goes away of what your mum and dad do and how they do it. So what would you advise older women to do, 40 and up?
For the maturing women.
Maturing women.
My biggest thing is it's not too late to start.
Okay,
It's not too late.
Cool.
We do focus on ingredients that make even the most maturest of skin look better on our website, and I'll show you that our before and after pictures are mind-blowing. Some of these women look like their daughters, in some cases like their granddaughters. These ingredients can affect the inflammation in your body that is causing aging, but also to take down the old dead skin cells.
It sounds like this takes care of
this. Takes care of
a lot of stress.
Yes.
Sounds like this because a lot of women are under stress. But,
it's part of the game,
I've
right?
always say that you worry about this, that, and the other, and all the worrying you do is not going to make any difference to what's going on with what you're worrying about. Yes. It's not going to make any difference. So don't worry about it anymore. Sit back, for a couple of hours, and it's like with an argument. Before you start arguing, getting all teed up and everything else, sit back a little bit and understand what is the argument coming from me or from you, because this stress gives you lines, it gives you anxiety, gives you all these strange things that go through your body, especially a woman.
Yes.
So
stress is a killer.
It is. Stress is a killer.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. And most people are, especially now, they're under stress. Now, perfect. How do we get hold of you? What is the website and phone numbers? And
it's beautysociety.com.
Society.
Beautysociety.com.
Beautysociety.com. That's simple. Write that down.
Easy to find.
Is there a phone number? Can they?
There's a toll-free number. You want that?
There's a toll-free number.
Wait,
Yes,
a shocker.
Of course.
Wait, we answer the phone.
All right. Well, then you can give the phone number.
866-446-8848. We actually answer the phone.
And that's on the phone. Now,
we play old school with that. Like if someone has a problem, they can call someone.
They can
and
actually
get the phone
call you and
fixed.
get somebody to answer that phone and actually answer your question.
Yes.
That is pretty cool.
I ordered something online the other day, and I'm going crazy trying because it hasn't shown up, and I'm not happy about it. They're not responding to my emails, and there's no phone number. So I'm like,
oh,
but
that doesn't sound too
I'm-
good.
I am old school with that.
Yeah.
when someone takes my money, I would like to be able to call them and ask what's going on.
It's funny. I just got something on one of my emails that there's a bill to be paid. I don't even know the company, but fortunately there is a phone number. I haven't called it yet because I haven't had time. But there's this big bill I've got to pay.
Hopefully they'll answer the phone.
Well, hopefully something will happen. But I'm trying to figure out how they're going to pay it if they don't have my information.
Yes.
Maybe they do. I don't know. It's all very difficult these days. Very, very difficult. Can anybody come to your factory and have a look at your factory?
Yeah. The doors aren't always open. It's
No,
not like a
call
retail
first.
store. Yeah, give us a call, make an appointment with me.
And they
we'll
want
walk
to come
you
and see
through,
the factory and sort of, look at everything and sort of maybe become a partner.
Yeah, we call beauty advisor. Beauty
advisor.
Yes.
Not a partner or anything. They're
Yes.
a beauty advisor. Yeah. And how do you have to train these women?
We have like an online course they can take. It's called BSU, Beauty Society University. So it's kind of cute. Yes, we train.
You train.
Absolutely. But a lot of women just want to tell their friends, look at my skin.
Like, I
feel so much better. Give this a shot. Yeah. There's a skincare quiz that you can take online that'll guide you to what best products for your skin type. Because we are all different. Yeah. Some of us have dry skin, sensitive skin, maturing skin, blemish-prone skin. Like, everyone's different.
Yeah. Do you have anything for brown marks?
Yes.
Sometimes you do?
Sunspots.
Sunspots. What about the hands?
Yes, the hands are so important. This will help a lot with your hands. And there's a couple things in here that are going to make a huge difference for your hands, darling.
Because hands are funny things. Because hands are things you've used since, being born. You start using your hands.
Yes.
And they get old, and most women forget about their hands, and they don't really take care of them.
Yes.
And unfortunately, they do get there, and like any other part of your body.
And even just its appearance. This isn't a vanity thing. It's confidence. You feel better.
Yes,
you look better. You feel better. But also healthier skin is better because as we get mature, skin gets thin. It's more prone to damage.
What do you think about this thing that's been going for a few years now, is drinking all this water? I mean, water, all this water. We never used to do this years ago.
Well, I think it's crucial that we have enough water.
Okay.
But like this supercharges your water to put ingredients in it. A lot of water is, I'm not a water person. I know in our factory, we spend a ton of money. We have to treat all the water big time before it can turn into a cosmetic.
You have to treat the water.
Oh, yes. You can't just take it
out. No,
so depending on where you live, the water might not be as healthy as when we were kids. You know what I mean?
No.
Sometimes
I don't think so.
Water, like this doesn't taste like
water.
I
know. I mean, some of those waters you come of those bottles. I mean, you drink it and you think, what is this?
Yes.
So I'm not a water person either, but I do drink a lot of tea. I'm a tea person.
So I figured add some of this to your tea.
Yeah, let's put some of that in my tea. Yes. Isn't that wonderful? That's amazing. So are you going to write a book?
Eventually, yes, I'm going to write a book. I've always said I'm going to do it, but I don't have time yet.
You don't have time yet?
Yes.
And then do you have any other products that you feel like you would like to bring out, that you would like to start sort of, getting those wheels moving?
We're putting a flavored one. This is unflavored. We're adding a flavored one. I've got a whole line coming up that I'll show you when you come to my factory. Just can't announce it yet because it's not out there. We're not quite there yet.
Are you
thinking
of making a bottled water with this in it?
No, because I don't want to just sell water. It's too heavy.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Well, it's good for you.
Shipping something heavy like water is not good for the environment.
No.
It's best that you use the water in your neighborhood.
Yeah, because this is now you've got this.
Oh, it's just a fun little cosmetic pad.
Little pad, which is absolutely amazing. Does this come with every?
Not every order, but there's a way to get it on the website or with.
So you could buy this whole thing with all this stuff in it. What would roughly be that price? Or do you know?
The regimens run for a full regimen. That's a cleanser, resurfacer, rebuild and repair, moisturizer, some sun protection. Anywhere between as little as, depending on your issues, right?
Yes.
The maturing level or the issues that you're having.
Of course.
From like $180 to $280, but it's a full regimen.
Yes, full regimen.
Everything you need.
So you're going from 100 to 300.
Yes. And obviously the refills are less money when you do that.
Yeah, because you're not going to buy the whole thing again. You're just going to refill anytime you want or how often.
Yeah.
And do you give a list of how often or how far somebody will reorder because you know how long something's going to last. So you will probably know roughly when they're going to order, which could be a month later or 2 months later. You'll know whether they're using the product.
Between 60 and 90 days.
Between 60, because you know how long it takes. You know if they use it every day, you've obviously calculated.
Yes.
You know?
It depends on how big of a scoop you use.
Yeah.
But a little bit does go a long way. I don't tell people to overuse this stuff.
No, just use it when you want. Okay.
Well, daily.
Daily,
But you don't have to. 10 pumps may be too much. 2.5 pumps.
Yeah, whatever. Just each face is different anyway, because the drier one will probably need a little bit more.
Very true.
Where the greasier one probably just rolls all over the face and everything else. Yes. Well, this has been amazing with Jeannie. We found out, how we can stay younger and keep ourselves with the uplift of having a happy smile and being happy out there. And the greatest way you can be happy out there is being happy with yourself.
Yes.
I think when you feel happy and you walk out of that front door and you feel great, the world is your oyster.
Yes,
the confidence.
Yes.
The confidence. Jeannie, thank you so much for coming in. So don't forget to go to the website
beautysociety.com.
beautysociety.com. Thank you for watching and thank you for tuning in. And I like to bring stories like this one because she has a story. Started this in 2002.
Humble beginnings from my garage.
From your garage. And we don't usually see those that often. No, we don't see that. But this truly is from the garage. Shark Tank, I asked her to come on a couple of times and she said, no, I think I want to kind of keep myself.
I'm going to do it my way.
I'm going to do it.
I don't want anyone to tell me what I can.
Frank Sinatra say that, I'm going to do it my way.
I think so.
I did it. I've done my life my way. I've always kind of, I think it's great. But thank you for tuning in. Take care. And we'll be with our next guest soon. Take care. Bye-bye.